Charles Thomas Munger, born in Omaha, Nebraska, with nothing but ambition. So how did this ordinary boy rise to build an empire and become one of the greatest investors? You're about to discover a story like no other. This is Scratch to Fortunes. Subscribe to unlock more untold billionaire journeys. The year was 1924. It was, a time of quiet prosperity before the great storm of the Depression. He grew up in a respectable middle-class family. His father, Alfred Munger, was a lawyer. His grandfather was a federal judge. Law and logic were in his blood. The family valued education, integrity, and hard work above all else. Young Charlie absorbed these lessons like a sponge. He learned early on that a good reputation was a person's most valuable asset. Charlie Munger's first real job was at Buffett & Son. This was a high-quality grocery store in Omaha. It was owned by the grandfather of his future partner, Warren Buffett. Charlie was just a teenager at the time. He worked long, hard hours. He enrolled at the University of Michigan to study mathematics. He had a natural aptitude for numbers and logical systems. However, his studies were interrupted by World War II. He joined the United States Army Air Corps, where he was trained as a meteorologist. After the war, Charlie set his sights on law school. He applied to his father's alma mater, Harvard Law School. In 1953, his marriage to his first wife, Nancy, ended in divorce. But a far greater challenge was to come. His young son, Teddy, was diagnosed with leukemia. In those days, a leukemia diagnosis was a death sentence. Charlie watched helplessly as his son's health declined. He would visit the hospital, hold his son, and then walk the streets of Pasadena, sobbing. Teddy passed away at the age of 9. It was a devastating, life-altering blow. The financial strain during this period was immense. Charlie had very little money. He was driving a beat-up yellow Pontiac. He started a new law firm, Munger, Tolles & Olson, which became highly successful. He also began making small investments in real estate and other businesses. The most important meeting of Charlie Munger's life happened way back in 1959. He was back in his hometown of Omaha for a visit. Some mutual friends insisted that he meet a young investment prodigy named Warren Buffett. From the moment they met, the connection was instant and powerful. They talked for hours, finishing each other's sentences. They would spend countless hours on the phone, just dissecting investment ideas. Before Munger, Warren Buffett was a pure cigar-butt investor, a disciple of his mentor, Ben Graham. Munger changed Buffett's thinking entirely. He convinced Buffett that it was far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. It was Munger who encouraged the purchase of See's Candies in 1972. Munger officially joined Berkshire Hathaway as vice chairman in 1978. Charlie Munger's wealth was not built overnight. It was constructed methodically over decades. His partnership generated compound annual returns of 19.8%. He and Buffett found immense value in the insurance industry. They mastered the art of using insurance float to buy other businesses. They looked for businesses with durable competitive advantages, or moats. See's Candies, Coca-Cola, and the Washington Post were all examples of companies with wide, sustainable moats. Charlie Munger's greatest asset was not his money. It was his mind. He believed that to be a rational thinker, you needed to have a wide array of mental models. You needed to understand the big ideas from all the important fields: physics, biology, history, psychology, mathematics, and more. Reading was the primary way he built this lattice work. He once said, "In my whole life, I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time." One of his most powerful tools was the practice of inversion. Instead of asking how to achieve a goal, he would ask the opposite question: what would cause this to fail? Munger was also a student of human psychology. He understood that people are often driven by irrational biases. The journey of Charlie Munger offers a wealth of lessons for anyone seeking success. First, become a lifelong learning machine. Your education should not stop when you leave school. Second, learn to be patient and disciplined. Real success is not built in a day. As Munger demonstrated, the big money is not in the buying or the selling, but in the waiting. Third, live a life of integrity and earn the trust of others. Munger believed that a good reputation was priceless. In the end, your character is your destiny. Finally, learn from your mistakes and endure through hardship. Munger's life shows that it is possible to not only survive challenges but to emerge stronger and wiser from them. As Munger would say, the safe and responsible way to get what you want is to deserve what you want. Work hard, be rational, be reliable, and build a life worthy of success. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Scratch to Fortunes for more inspiring stories of building empires from the ground up.